Comcast Cable presents the Comcast Cable Game of the Week. This week's matchup, the Glenbrook South Titans against the Hersey Huskies for the Illinois State Boys Volleyball Championship. Welcome to Hoffman Estates High School in Hoffman Estates, Illinois, everyone. It is the site of the Illinois State High School Association Volleyball Tournament, and it all comes down to this, the championship game between the Titans and the Huskies. Hi again, everyone. I'm Perry Williams, along with the coach, John Cohn. Great to have you with us here on Comcast. And, Coach, it's been a busy couple of days here for this tournament, but it all comes down to this, the final game.
Yeah, what a thrill for us to be able on Comcast to do the IHSA state championship game. It's been a tough road for both these teams. You got proms going on, you got graduations going on, all the distractions at the end of the year, but it's been a tremendous tournament, and these two teams, Hersey and Glenbrook South, have battled hard, and they've made it to the ultimate game.
Let's talk about the teams and their top players. Let's start with Glenbrook South. John, the Titans are one of the teams that have been, if not ranked number one, been near the top all year long.
Yeah, that's pretty much correct. They've really been the team everybody else has been shooting for. Glenbrook South, outstanding talent. Everybody knew it coming in, and they have lived up to their expectations. 18-game winning streak, playing outstanding volleyball. They've got a set starting six that has tremendous chemistry. They really work together well, and they are clearly the favorite tonight to win it all.
Talk about outstanding talent. Sam Kim leads the Titans. He might be the best player in the state.
Boy, I'll tell you, he's already lining up the awards. Sun Times Player of the Year, Tribune Player of the Year. One of the finest volleyball players to ever put on a uniform in the state of Illinois. The fans are going to have a treat watching Sam Kim play. He's an all-around player, but of course, goes up for the kill. A powerful hitter from both front row and back row.
Let's talk about the Hersey Huskies. John, this is a team that really has surprised a lot of people this year, and here they are in this title game.
Yeah, it's almost the opposite of Glenbrook South, the favored team. Nobody expected Hersey to be here. You looked at the rankings in the beginning of the season, the Hersey Huskies were not there, but sure enough, here at the end of the year, they're in the state championship game, unheralded, the underdogs, but they are on an absolute roll. 29 of their last 30, one more, and they can get the big trophy.
And one of those leading the way, we saw him in the basketball season, Jay Brizzolera.
Yeah, last time we saw him, he was busy doing the layups, the jump shots, playing some defense, grabbing some big rebounds. Well, now it's a different sport, but Jay Brizzolera, right smack in the middle of things. He is their setter. He's the guy that gets the ball up to their big front line. Tremendous player, Daily Herald all-area player, an all-conference player, clearly the leader of the Hersey Husky team.
So there you have it, Glenbrook South and Hersey. It is the state championship on the line, and you're going to see it next here on Comcast. Welcome back to Hoffman Estates, everyone. I'm Perry Williams, along with the coach John Cohn, as the non-starters for the Hersey Huskies and the Glenbrook South Titans are being introduced here before our state championship game. And Coach, you look at the brackets, how they got here, starting with the quarterfinals. A little bit easier road for the Hersey Huskies. They beat St. Rita 15-4, 15-10 in the quarterfinal, then a straight game match victory over the Lions Township High School out of LaGrange, 16-14, 15-9 in the semifinals. But Glenbrook South had all they could handle in the quarterfinals. Took them 3 games. There you see the starting lineups as they are being announced. But I mentioned Glenbrook South. They had to go 3 games before putting down the Tigers of Wheaton-Warrenville South, and then had to go 3 games in the Thriller semifinal over Naperville North. And there you see the Hersey Huskies and their starting lineup.
Yeah, I think when the brackets came out, Perry, and everybody saw the quarterfinal pairings, the final 8 teams to meet here at Hoffman Estates High School, everybody said that upper bracket obviously is not easy. All 8 teams are very good, but the upper bracket a little bit weaker than that bottom bracket. Glenbrook South survived the bottom bracket. Do they have enough left against an extremely good Hersey team? One of the many storylines, and of course there is the outstanding head coach for the Hersey Huskies, coaches both the guys and the girls, Nancy Lill, and again, one step on the verge away from a state championship, the first ever for Hersey High School volleyball.
In her 13th year with the Huskies, more than 250 wins. There's Patty Iverson, the head coach, Glenbrook South. She's been at South since 1992, 340 plus wins for her, and this is the 5th trip to the state tournament for Glenbrook South. They finished 2nd in 99. This is the 3rd trip for the Hersey Huskies. They had first round losses in 99 and 2001 as the starting lineups are being introduced. A nice crowd on hand, as you might imagine. That's maybe a slight edge to Hersey, as Arlington Heights not far from Hoffman Estates.
What a thrill, Perry. What a thrill for all these kids, if even forgetting about the game, just to get introduced in the starting lineups or in the lineups, period, at an IHSA state championship game. Tremendous thrill for all of these players to have their name called and go out to center court. Really one of the dreams, one of the things you shoot for at the beginning of the season.
We had a good look a moment ago at Paul Rumley, outstanding server. Nice crowd on hand from the Hersey Huskies sideline, and Glenbrook South with a nice crowd on hand as well, as the Titans 38-3 coming in.
We were very close, by the way, to an all-orange crowd here, because Naperville North almost defeated that group right there. The Glenbrook South Titans, it would have been the Huskies versus the Huskies. Orange crowd against orange crowd. It would have been interesting, but Glenbrook South able to pull that game out, as you mentioned earlier.
Mark Zakowicz being introduced, one of the starters.
Defensive specialist.
And there you see Sam Kim, Mr. All Everything. As you mentioned, sometimes Player of the Year. He'll be going to Pepperdine on a college scholarship. As you mentioned, both these teams playing semifinal games earlier today in the morning. Hersey over LaGrange Lions, 16-14, 15-9, and Glenbrook South over Naperville North, 15-11, 7-15, and the third and deciding game, 16-14. A real nail-biter. So we'll see if kind of emotion that the Titans can have left in the tank. But it is a state championship game, and they are young people after all. Mike Chernick being introduced.
The old football quarterback for the Hersey Huskies, played a little bit of basketball too, 3-sport star, and you're right, Perry, in that story with Glenbrook South and the emotional, tight pressure-packed win against Naperville North. It can work two ways. One, you've spent all your emotion and you're going to have a natural, just a natural pullback in emotion. You can't get up for yet another game. The other side of it is they've been through that pressure pack. They were able to get by a great Naperville North team. Now they come out and play relaxed. They play at ease and maybe play their best volleyball. Which psychological angle they take, again, one of the things we're going to see in the next 45 minutes to an hour.
These teams did play each other during the regular season as Glenbrook South won 15-6, 17-15, but that was a long time ago, a lot more at stake. Here, as you might imagine, the state championship itself on the line at Hoffman Estates.
It's kind of neat how we got that group right there. The Glenbrook South Titans representing the Central Suburban League, taking on their conference neighbors, the Mid-Suburban League. The Hersey Huskies champions of that out of the Mid-Suburban League East.
And there you see them lining up. Just moments away from the start. The coin flip. Our cameraman extraordinaire, Bob Reppin, was behind the scenes and heard the coin flip, and he said Glenbrook South won it, elected to serve.
It was a very emotional coin flip, I heard. Very tension-packed. Got to practice the coin flip. And I think he said the Hersey team elected to receive.
Right.
And the referee said, well, we understand you're going to receive. You got to pick which side.
So what side you want? Nice little handshake as the starters are huddling up, getting ready to go here.
I like those Bengal-clad uniforms the Hersey Huskies have. Kind of an interesting look. The brown shorts and the orange tiger stripes. The orange, we'll call them Husky stripes.
And our stat man extraordinaire today is Mr. Mark Kruger. Does an outstanding job, as everyone knows. As it'll be David Choi who will serve first. Co-captain for the Titans, come in with a record of 38-3. There's Choi behind the service line. And the state championship match is underway. Brazilera. For the set over the net it goes. First point, Glenbrook South. And Johnson hands Tony, the junior, 6'4", gets the kill.
Yeah, he's a big kid, really coming on, playing better and better. A senior-dominated team, but here's one of the juniors. Tony Josen hands off the short set. Nice job.
Nice dig off the serve. Back the other way. Going out, it will go over to the Hersey Huskies. Get a good look at young Mr. Remley. Alongside him is Kirchadina, number 9. And the set. Game is tied at 1. Game 1, 1 point apiece.
Similar set for Josenhans as the one before, but that time he puts it in the net. Looks like he's checking the shoulder. Hopefully he didn't get injured.
And there you saw Sam Kim, and he will serve. Side out in favor of Glenbrook South.
Just such an explosive player. I think our fans are going to have a treat to watch Sam Kim play. He's become somewhat of a legend this year in IHSA volleyball. The fans come out to watch him. Such a talented kid, and he goes about it with a good business-like, workman-like attitude.
He has a state record for kills. They tried the old dink shot over, didn't go that time. And here's Kim with a kill, a 2-1 lead for the Titans.
And that's what Sam Kim can do better than any player in the state of Illinois, the back row spike. You really got to be athletic to be able to do that. And you saw his vertical leaping ability and the timing to put it down for the back row.
3-1 South.
Well, we wondered early if they were going to be feeling tired, a little bit spent from that semifinal match, but so far Glenbrook South appears to have their game well in order here in the state championship matchup. The jump serve.
Out of bounds, so it's a 4-1 lead. Good start for the Titans, game 1.
A little trouble on defense for Hersey. Obviously, you got to be able to pass the serve. Sam Kim, great on the kills, great spiker, but of course, the jump serve, a deadly weapon. Nice job by Pollock.
Nice job by the Hersey Huskies, as you mentioned. And also Steve Grant in on all the action.
Yeah, and I called Pollock by mistake. That was Steve Grant, their outstanding all-conference player who made the key pass. And there you see the completion of it. Michael Chernick drowning it into the wood floor here at Hoffman Estates.
I'm sure we'll see Pollock before the day is done.
Nice job.
Nice dig out too into the net. As Chernick tried to save it. Good look there by Josenhans.
Big toe junior Tony Josenhans. Kind of one of the interesting things here too, Perry, is you get a look at the replay of that last point. Hersey trying to dig it out of the net. There's two different styles as far as approach to the game. We'll talk about it after this point.
Brizzolera with the set. Nice save by Choi. 5-1, Glenbrook South.
That one put down by Michael Zimmerman, outstanding senior outside hitter. But the Hersey team, Perry, you watch on the replay here, the outside hit from Zimmerman right through two blockers. Nice job.
Well, Cucciadina rather tried to, but it was blocked at the net. And there you see a good look at Drew Adams, who played at Lane Tech for 3 years, came over this year, and a great addition to Glenbrook South.
Brian Johnson in on that block too.
A fired up Glenbrook South team, and now leads at 6-1. A timeout on the court.
7-1 right away. Look at the emotion. Brian Johnson right there in the middle of two consecutive blocks along with Drew Adams, and right now they got the serving game going, the passing game, and watch defensively how Glenbrook South stuffs the spike attempt of the Hersey Huskies. Brian Johnson, number 12, the senior, 6 feet 5 inches tall. Both these teams have tremendous height. Pollock's going to come off the bench, but I mentioned, Perry, the personality difference in these two teams. Glenbrook South, very intense, very workmanlike, very serious. Hersey, on the other hand, kind of a more fun-loving group. I don't want to say the word recreational, but they take the sport at ease a little bit more. They have a lot more fun. Two different personalities, obviously both very, very successful. There's a good look at Nancy Lill, speaking of successful, outstanding coach. Hersey players, very few of them. You can look at the replay on that last play. Now watch Johnson come up on the replay here. You'll see the block.
And tail end of the other point. They're dominating that front line. 8-1, the 7-0 run for the Titans. This game was tied at 1. Now it's 8-1, game 1.
Brian Johnson again on that block.
Painter with the serve. Nice job by Rumley.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Mike Rumley has come to play here.
Paul
Rumley has come to play today. He's been the steadiest force so far for the Hersey Huskies. Looks like he's got their emotional leader too, and it is Mr. Rumley who gets the serve.
Kim Nice save by Rumley. Back to the other side, the hit. Really a good sequence by both clubs, John. Out of bounds, point.
Yeah, that was well done. Real well done right there. Jim Kirchadonia, the junior, making a couple of nice passes in that particular series. Hersey getting some momentum back.
Yeah, Pollard is, by the way, has checked in, number 14 for the Huskies. Back the other way. What a kill by Drew Adams.
Boy, what a boost he was to the Glenbrook South program. You already had a pretty good senior team coming back this year, top-ranked team, and then all of a sudden walking in your halls day one of the fall season is big number 7, transfer from Lane Tech, and this is senior year. He was the missing link that really put this Glenbrook South team over the top.
Nice save by Choi. Comes South again.
Kirchadini, the junior, getting it done. Nice shot by Brian Johnson, but Kirchadini with the perfect angle on the block, and Hersey gets the ball back.
And Jim, the junior, will be serving for the Huskies.
He's been a big key to the team. They put him in the starting lineup about a third of the way through the season, and since then they have been on a win streak.
Brizzolera with the set. The ruling is, they say,
called it out.
Yeah, side out.
Tough break for Steve Brandt, the outstanding senior, one of their team captains, honorary captain. They had him and Brizzolera there at the start of the session.
Mike Zimmerman serving, and the block of the net, point for the Titans. We mentioned Hersey kind of relaxed. This is a team that doesn't have a lot of club players.
Yeah, we'll talk about that, no question. That's one of the contrasts. But Brian Johnson is on fire with the blocks early on. Perry gets another one, and all of a sudden, he's become a key cog here in the Glenbrook South attack.
Now they try to save it. Back the other way. Here's Kim with the kill. Now they saved it. Here he is again at the net. Point for the Hersey Huskies as Pollard was there to deny him at the net with the block.
Oh, you talk about one-on-one play in basketball. That was one-on-one play in volleyball. Sam Kim, the all-stater, the all-everything, going up against the junior Kevin Pollard. Doesn't play any club volleyball, just picked up the game a little bit, been playing the last couple of years. And Pollard, good look at him right there. He wins that particular one-on-one battle with a right back at you block.
Well, Pollard takes a seat on the bench as well as Peter Gorman. At the net. And it will be the Glenbrook South serve. They already lead at 9-2. And here's Johnson.
Chernick was there, Brandt was there for the block, but the block goes out of bounds. Good luck on the replay there from our AT&T award, our Comcast award-winning camera crew.
Things change.
Yes, they do. The sport has changed.
Well, that's one of those backyard picnic things you got and it falls in between.
That's a great effort by Paul Rumley. It didn't work out for the point, but Rumley, tremendous effort. And look at the angle that Johnson serves from.
Yeah, here's Brizzolera with
nice pass.
Here's Kim for the kill. Brizzolera now sets up. Nice play at the net. Once again, it's Steve Brandt off the feed from Brizzolera.
Yeah, he's the all-time assist leader. You see the Hersey fans getting into it, but Jay Brizzolera doing what he did best on that. Such a soft set, soft hand, soft touch.
Well, Josenhans had to be very careful. He didn't get a net violation. He was able to stay on his side.
We haven't talked much about this young man right here, David Choi.
Oh, the hammer down that time.
Mike Chernick.
Chernick comes up, the senior. Hersey serving 2-10, game 1. Kim with the dig, off the serve. Back over to South. Yeah.
Nicely defended that time, and got the cross set for the spike. Glenbrook South gets it again, but David Choi, number 1. We talked about Sam Kim, Perry, the all-time assist leader in IHSA. So David Choi and Sam Kim, a great 1-2 punch, and you'll see number 1 all over the floor for Glenbrook South. They want him to be the man getting the second hit and delivering as many assists as he can. And again, the all-time record leader in IHSA history for assists, David Choi, number 1.
Chernick with the serve. Brizzolera the dig off the return of the kill. Out of bounds, Glenbrook South, and there you see Drew Adams. What a presence he has been.
How about the back set from David Choi? You never know where it's going. Again, Choi similar to Brizolara. That's part of the reason these two teams are in the state championship. You got to have great setters. Choi showed it there with the beautiful back set. Adams timed the spike.
Well, Adams had 9 kills in that quarterfinal win, and that's another point, 11-2 in game 1 as Glenbrook South right now in charge of game 1.
Peter Gorham, unforced errors. You try to avoid that. Brian Painter in the game now is the server for Glenbrook South. He's been their key cog coming off the bench. Defensive specialist.
Choi. Adams. Brizolara back for Hersey. Sets it up. Block at the net. And Johnson again.
Yeah, Brian Johnson's picking a heck of a time to have one of his best games ever as he gets yet another block, and big number 12 has been a thorn in the side of the orange jerseys. Watched a great set by Brizolara on the replay, and then Johnson, they're going to have to work around the big hands of Brian Johnson.
And the serve was long. So back to serve for the Huskies will be Rumley. There's Paul, the senior. Glenbrook South gets the ball back.
They got so many weapons, Glenbrook South. You talk about having Sam Kim, the all-stater, but they got so many guys that can get it done. Choi with the short set that time. Brian Johnson, he the block specialist, getting the kill that time.
And Adams with the serve. Brent.
Yeah, the Hersey team right now flustered a little bit. Nancy Lill is going to call yet another timeout, Perry. And for right now, Glenbrook South, the favored team, well in control of this matchup as Hersey not playing their best volleyball here as they did against Lions of LaGrange and winning that semifinal. What a run Hersey's been on, though. 29 of their last 30. Absolutely amazing streak for the Huskies.
Fans, don't forget to watch or to enter the Comcast Network Summer Sweepstakes for your chance to win a 27-inch Sony TV, Coach. Woo. Simply visit our website at www.comcastnetwork.tv and find the Comcast Network program that contains this hidden TV icon. Then click over to the contest portion of the website and enter the correct answer under Comcast Network Summer Sweepstakes. Contest ends July 31st, 2003. Must be 13 years of age or older to enter. Some additional rules apply. So, go to ComcastNetwork.tv for your chance to win, and good luck.
Michael Zimmerman slamming home yet another one. Kill for Zimmerman. Point for Glenbrook South, or I'm sorry, side out for South. 12-2, and you can tell the confidence of this Glenbrook South team right now at a very high level.
Here's Zimmerman with a set, but they're at the net. Wow. And it's Hersey point. A couple of substitutions coming on in. Chernick back in, and also Zakowicz.
Kevin Powell is an imposing force on the front line for Hersey. 6'6". A couple of 100 pounds plus, big kid, and he can get up in the air. Normally you don't see guys that big, Perry. We saw in the basketball season, Kevin, outstanding basketball player, rebounder inside, and his elevation combined with his size, an intimidating force. Nice save by Brizolara.
What activity at the net.
Yeah, that's a guy that's been missing so far in the offensive attack. They need Steve Brandt to be a big part of it. Hersey Huskies fans cheering it on, looking for a comeback here in game 1 as they dug themselves a hole, 3-12.
First point in the while.
Nice job by Choi.
Oh, Choi just got back in time, and a rare miss hit on the kill by Sam Kim. So a couple points here for the Huskies, trying to make a little run here in game 1 as the fans look on and enjoy that.
The object of that first pass is to make it easy as possible.
Make a little run here in game 1 as the fans look on and enjoy that.
The object of that first pass is to make it easy as possible for your setter. That time Kim did not get it done, but Rumley.
No, Zakowicz that time on the serve.
Puts the ball into the net. Unforced errors similar to tennis, Perry. You got to avoid those. Yet another one for Hersey.
Here's Johnson with that unusual angle you were talking about, Coach, on the service. Brizolara. Glenbrook South gets the point.
Yeah, Mike Chernick up for the spike, but hits it out.
And another timeout is called. 13-4 Glenbrook South in game 1 as the Huskies will huddle.
Get a good look there at head coach Nancy Lill. Kind of neat, Perry. I think it's real neat that you got 2 female coaches coaching guys' teams and obviously doing it expertly as they've got their teams here in the state championship. We see so many guy coaches coaching the female sports. It's kind of neat to see in the sport of volleyball the female coaches doing it just the same.
Well, here's how they got here, defeating Larkin and Schaumburg. And then Hoffman Estates, too, a team they lost to last year in the sectional semifinals.
Haven't lost a game yet.
Then defeated St. Rita in the quarters and Lions in the semifinals. So
you talk about a team on a roll, not only 29 out of 30. You look through there, they didn't even lose one game. So this could be the first game loss in the state tournament for an outstanding Hersey Husky team, but they're up against it. They're up against the New York Yankees, the Green Bay Packers of high school volleyball this year, the dreaded team, the Glenbrook South Titans.
Brizzolera with the set. Side out, and it'll go back over now. As you see the young man, Steve Brands, the co-captain for the Huskies.
Just named recently the Hersey High School Male Athlete of the Year, a fine wide receiver in football. Also played a little basketball.
Nice effort by the Huskies to get it back over the net. Back it goes to Adams.
Yeah. And again, how do you defend Glenbrook South? You got Choi with the set, you got Adams on one side.
Johnson blocking at the front.
And you got Kim on the other side. So many weapons, you cannot defend them all. It's pick your poison for the Hersey Huskies.
And what a kill by number 13, Tony Josenhans. 14-4, this is first game, game 1 point. Choi serving. Brizzolera with the set.
Nice job by Mike Chernick. You can see Brizzolera and Chernick have played together so long, had that timing down. Beautifully done by Mike Chernick. Football quarterback showing a little nice soft touch on the spike that time.
Brandt serving. And at the net, the double block as Kurtadina went up and he was denied. So here's Kim once again, second opportunity Glenbrook South has had to take game 1.
Tough for the Hersey defense. See if they go with the jump serve here out of Sam Kim. Yes, we do. A little floater this time, though.
Yeah.
Mixed it up a little bit. He's been going with the top spin serve, but that time the floater went out a little bit.
Pilot back in for Hersey as Chernick will be serving.
Saw Mike also during the basketball season. Heck of a basketball player for the Huskies. What a athletic career he's had for Hersey.
Just like that, they get the ball right back, and this is their third opportunity as Brian Painter comes in. And on the rotation, he will be serving.
He's
trying to get game 1 in the books for the Titans.
Excellent back row defensive specialist. Painter trying to get it done. Little punch serve that time.
Pollitt off the assist from Brizzolera.
Hersey refusing to die here. Glenbrook South's had a couple of match points, can't quite get it done. So the Huskies, if nothing else, showing some nice resilience here in game 1.
Net violation, so a point for the Huskies. See the officials, what an honor it is for the officials to be involved with the state championship game.
We'll give their names in just a sec.
Well, the Brizzolera tried the dink shot over and it didn't go. It stayed on his side of the net. So the fourth opportunity for Glenbrook South. This time they'll send Drew Adams. Clean serve.
There it is.
It's long, so game 1 goes to Glenbrook South by the score of 15-5. The Titans jumped out early and kept the hammer down.
And the Titan fans, they feel a celebration on hand. They got that first game done awfully quick, Barry, and Glenbrook South switching sides, but you get a look at the replay of the final point. Game 1 goes to the blue and gold, Glenbrook South. Favored to win the state championship at the beginning of the season, now but one step away.
The high school volleyball championship game right here on Comcast. Welcome back to the Hoffman Estates side of the IHSA Boys Volleyball State Finals. And what a great job the Hoffman Estates Hawks do hosting this tournament. As we have reached the championship game. We looked at it earlier in game 1, how Hersey reached this championship game. Here's how Glenbrook South did it.
Not so easy for the Titans.
Well, that big matchup they had over Evanston out of the Central Suburban They got through the Wildcats, and Wildcats had an outstanding club. But there you see the quarterfinals and semifinals, and the Huskies of Naperville North at one point also were on the #1 ranking in the area. And boy, 16-14 in the deciding game 3.
Gymnasium was packed for that semifinal game, and both teams had won a game, and then you get down to 14-14. In some rankings, #1 against #2. It doesn't get a whole lot better than that, Perry. And Glenbrook South able to pull that game out. Sam Kim with the winning kill, and you see the Hersey Huskies huddling under head coach Nancy Lill, trying to turn the tide of the Glenbrook South Titans. You see the Titan crowd right there ready to celebrate, but no celebration yet. You remember in the Naperville North match, they fell apart in game 2.
Right.
Naperville North pulled it out, so it's a long way from over. By the way, you mentioned Hoffman Estates hosting. This is the last year that they will be hosting. Next year there will be a change in venue. I don't think they've announced it yet, but will not be here at Hoffman Estates. But they've done a wonderful job running the tournament. Of course, you were able to check out the hospitality room and eat more free food.
Only rumor. But as you mentioned, Coach, or maybe you haven't, but I will. The teams have switched sides here for game 2 as protocol in volleyball. Hersey serving to start the second game of this championship match. Wow. But still alive. Grizzler just gets it over the net and they'll reset. Here's Choi.
Nice save.
And what a point for the Hersey Huskies.
Yeah, that's
Steve
exactly what they needed, Perry. Couple of great saves out there. Sakowitz in on one, Brandt with the kill, but that might have been the play to get Hersey Huskies going. That was beautifully defended.
Oh, what a smart play at the net by Josenhans.
Fakes the spike and just kind of soft touches it right over the front line defense, right in front of the back line, right back to Glenbrook South. And here comes the dreaded jump serve of the All-American Sam Kim, one of the top 5 volleyball players in the country.
And ties it at 1 in game 2. Sam, a little pipeline of talent, Illinois volleyball talent that's going on getting scholarships, including a whole group up at Pepperdine University. That's where Kim will be going.
Got some great beaches out in Pepperdine. I hope Sam concentrates on volleyball. I worry about that a little bit. A lot of distractions out of Pepperdine. He'll be joined by, you mentioned they beat Evanston. He'll be joined by the Tom Holst, the 6'9" outside hitter from Evanston. And
also there is Andy Hines out of West Chicago and Sean Rooney of Wheaton Warrenville South, who record Kim broke for career kills.
Yeah, you break his record and then you're a teammate with him a couple of years later. Not a bad connection. Steve Brandt, you got a good look at him on the serve. That time Adams puts the ball into the net, so Hersey feel like they're a little more confident coming out, getting over the nerves in that first game period. Again, we mentioned very few of these Hersey players, Steve Brandt included, play club volleyball. They're not as, if you want to call it, as experienced. Glenbrook South's got some kids. Choi played it for a while. Adams and Kim were both on the adversity club volleyball team, a little more experienced. Again, Hersey, a different approach to it, but obviously a successful one because here they are in the state championship.
Well, they do. The Hersey Huskies do have their first lead of the match, 2-1. There you see Drew Adams answering, and the Titans will be serving, trying to tie.
Drew, by the way, going to be playing college volleyball at San Diego. So one of the good things about being a good volleyball player, you get to go to a beautiful West Coast school. No cornfields in San Diego.
Choi, Adams. Oh, he hit the deep corner in the back for the point and ties the game at 2.
You want to know why he's considered one of the top guys to ever play volleyball in the state of Illinois. All you got to do is take a clip of that replay right there from the back row. Sam Adams up, over, and down.
So Sam Kim, and there a rare miss hit by Johnson. So back they go, the Huskies, and he knows it.
See Brian Johnson with a smile on the face after the mistake. Good composure. Mike Chernick on the serve for the Hersey Huskies.
Huskies, of course, had that.
Looked like the Chernick shuffle he was doing there back in the service area.
He'll be serving, but the Huskies had that outstanding player graduated last year, Nate Gustus, and Brizzolera came in, and by the way, Brizzolera will be playing collegiate basketball at Elmhurst College, we understand.
Passed up some Division I volleyball potential. That time Adam hits it out, but Brizzolera had a chance to play out east Division I volleyball but his love of basketball overtaken that, and he'll be playing at Elmhurst Community College. Mike Chernick going to be playing football at Elmhurst, so their friendship will continue.
Choi. Now Kim, once again, a little softer on the kill attempt that time. Back they come. Rangers going to get the ball back over, so the Titans will be serving, and they are trailing 2-3 here in game 2. Took game 1, 15-5. Hollett. And what a play at the net by Choi. Found the wide open area in the corner. And the game is tied again at 3.
The all-time assist leader in the state of Illinois just scores a point of his own. He said, enough with setting you guys up. I'm going to score one of my own. Nice, wily piece of volleyball work there by David.
And Johnson puts the hammer down. They've regained the lead 4-3.
Oh, he's playing a heck of a game, Brian Johnson. Not only the blocking, but the kills. Great height up front, Glenbrook South. Getting back into it.
Now check that, they say wipe that off, so Huskies have it. But not for long as Drew Adams.
Nice pass that time by Mike Zimmerman. Really the key in boys volleyball is that first play, Perry. The ability to defend, the ability to pass and get the ball up to your setter. Nice job by Rumley keeping the play alive.
They're all trying to get a little fancy here with the fakes. Adams keeps it alive. Nice. What an outstanding play by Brandt. Oh. And Brandt with a spin around move. Back at the net. It's still alive. What a point.
John Lay.
Hollett. Oh. He can't get to it. Huskies.
That was superb by the Hersey Huskies. Steve Brandt with 2 amazing digs off of spikes by Sam Adams. John Lay in the back row in for Hersey, doing a nice job, and then they were able to complete the point. Best point of the match, Perry, and it goes Hersey's way.
They're serving tied 3. Defense really tightening up for the Huskies in game 2, and they get the point. As Brandt.
Hersey's feeling it now. Maybe they felt like early on they couldn't compete with Glenbrook South, but you're getting the feeling out now, out there in the court now, that they feel like they can. Their confidence level up. Watching the replay, Brandt just drives it home past Drew Adams.
I tell you that David Choi puts a little floater back over. Kind of a, don't see him at the net there like that.
You got to be careful not to carry it. You got to have that proper technique. Choi obviously doing that with some of the top officials around.
And
we will mention their names after this play.
Adams. Back to Hersey. And the officials would be coach.
Perry, along with the players, it's an honor to get to the state championship in volleyball, too. You have to move up the rankings. Tony Skaraki, Peg Campanana, Tanya Dotson, and Jackie Skurrid, the volleyball officials that have made it here to the state championship game. A great, great honor for them.
Congratulations, and they're doing an outstanding job. Oh. And there's the dink by Brandt. Found an open space. Nobody home. A biggest lead of the match for the Hersey Huskies. They lead game 2, 5-3. Let's take a look at it, Coach.
Sometimes you got to hit it hard and put it down for the kill. Sometimes the soft touch. Steve Brandt going with a little touch shot that time, finding open wood, scoring the point.
Back the other way. Here's the set. 6-3 Hersey.
Well,
timeout on the floor, taken by Glenbrook South.
They've had a problem, the Titans have. You see the Hersey fans enjoying the action in game 2 much more than they did in game 1. But Glenbrook South's had a little bit of problem in their second games against Wheaton Warrenville and against Naperville North.
Losing both of those second games by the score of 15-7.
Maybe that first game comes so easy, they lose the concentration a little bit there. You see last year, pretty successful run for the Hersey team.
Lost to Hoffman Estates in the sectional semifinal. Then the Hoffman Estate Hawks defeated Glenbrook South in the sectional finals.
I guarantee at the start of this year when they gathered together, I think they figured they had a pretty good team. They had Brizzolera, a great setter coming back, and some big kids, fairly athletic. but I don't think in their wildest of dreams they thought they'd be in the state championship. And speaking of state championship, what a thrill it would be for that young lady right there, Patty Iverson. Been coaching so long in Illinois volleyball, longtime girls coach at Glenbrook South. Did a great job, and of course coaching the guys since 1992. And she is on the cusp of winning her first state championship.
Brizzolera!
Now Hersey
so
doing
used to Brizzolera doing the sets and getting the assists. This time he gets the point.
Again, combination of power and the soft touch. Brizzolera, the fake set, turned it around, scored the point.
So the momentum going Hersey's way here in game 2.
Nice job of serving that time by Mark Sakowitz, one of their defensive specialists, another key member of the Hersey team.
Joy serving for Glenbrook South. Point for the Titans. Serving 4-7. Putting the hammer down was Chernick with the kill.
No doubt about that one. Hey, we saw a heck of a third place game here. We should mention Naperville North came back after that emotional loss. You're watching the replay. Mike Chernick just driving it into the ground, but great performance by Naperville North and Lions of LaGrange and their all-stater Dan Meske, who will be playing some college volleyball at Ohio State. It was kind of fun to watch him play.
So Naperville North took third place, 15-13, 15-7.
Mark Hankey leading the way for them. Matt Hankey.
A lot of activity at the net, and that time it goes to the Hersey Huskies.
Hersey Huskies had their prom last night on Friday night, and head coach Nancy Lill said you guys can go to the prom, but you can't go to the post-prom party.
Yeah, a 1 a.m. curfew. And tomorrow a big day for the seniors, coach.
Both these teams, both these schools, we'll talk about that in a sec.
Another
Rumley.
Fired up, Rumley, Paul Rumley.
Paul Rumley dropping it down, getting a point, but yeah, it's graduation day, so you talk about all the distractions. Seniors, and there's a lot of them, both on these Hersey and Glenbrook South teams, have to finish up their state tournament and get ready for graduation tomorrow.
Back to live action.
It's the tough thing, Perry, about being a spring sport athlete. There are so many distractions. Of course, the seniors often are out of class a week or two early, so you're out of school, but still competing for your school team. It's tough to stay in it. It's kind of an interesting, different angle on the spring sport competition.
So Sam Kim with the kill there. Down 4-9, game 2.
The Hersey, the motivation worked though, because what Nancy Lill and some of the coaches said is they were so mad about not being able to stay out late, or if not mad, they figured if we couldn't go to the post-prom celebration, we better come out here this morning and win the match, and that's exactly what Hersey did.
Boy, Chernick coming up big here in game 2 for Hersey. Well, the prom was never an issue for me at Deerfield. Didn't go.
Didn't have to miss any big state competition.
I didn't have to miss anything.
Right back at you comes Glenbrook South, down 9-4, but Brian Johnson off the nice set by David Choi, getting the point back. Watch here on the replay. Good kill by Brian Johnson. Little floater that time from Drew Adams.
There you see the double team of the net led by Johnson. Choi to his right, but Johnson, all 6'5" of them, puts it down.
He's making a run at our Comcast player of the game, Brian Johnson. Obviously, Sam Adams, the star, David Choi, the star setter, but Brian Johnson continues to have a great state final. Good block. Rumley.
Rumley, is he fired up or what? Look at the emotion of that young man.
Yeah, he's been doing it on all ends. He's been serving, he's been digging, he's been getting some kills. That time on the block, great all-around performance by the senior playing in his last game, and he'd love to go out with a victory, Paul Rumley.
Oh, flying in for the kill, Sam Kim.
It's just amazing coming in from the back row, the vertical leap and the athleticism of Sam Kim. Absolutely amazing. Again, you got to take off behind that white line. Not many guys can do it, and certainly not many can do it as effectively as Sam Kim.
Pollitt, denied. Brizzolera with a save. And here's Kim. Still alive.
Back row spike from Rumley.
Here's Kim again. Goes long.
Another great point by the Hersey Huskies. Paul Rumley with the dig to keep the drive alive. And Hersey really feeling the momentum here in game 2. The Titans trying to gather themselves. Maddie Iverson's called one timeout. There's
Kurchadina into the net. Boy, that is always disappointing too when you feel that momentum and then you hit the service into the net.
Again, the unforced errors will really pop the air out of the inflated balloon, but what a season Kurchadina has had, the junior. Again, we talked about him being a key when he entered that starting lineup for Hersey. That's when they went on their winning streak.
Johnson serving, 6-9, game 2 of the Illinois State High School Association Boys Volleyball Championship match. Right along the rim of the net.
Ball took a ride across the net. Nice set. Boy, there's the 1-2 combination at their finest. The all-time assist leader, David Choi, with a brilliant set. And then Sam Kim putting it down the spike. One of the best 1-2 punches, Perry, that have ever played in IHSA volleyball history. Hersey going to call timeout now.
Nice timeout as Glenbrook South starting to make a run back in it here. And we'll be right back. You are watching the Comcast Network, the Boys Volleyball Championship game.
You can get an assist even if it's not a kill.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Perry Williams, along with the coach, John Cohn. Our stat man extraordinaire, Mark Kruger, here with us today for the Illinois High School Boys Volleyball Championship match. Glenbrook South leading Hersey 1-0. We're in game 2. And Glenbrook South now trailing game 2 just by 1. It's Hersey 9, Glenbrook South 8.
David Choi, number 1, the setter, got up for the block on that time. Again, Choi showing his all-around ability, and Glenbrook South making a heck of a comeback.
And they've tied the game on the service. Brilliance of Brian Johnson.
If you're Hersey right now, you might need another quick timeout to try to stem the tide here. The Glenbrook South Titans momentum switching to the blue side.
A 5-0 run coming here on the service of Johnson. Back over. Oh, what a play by Brandt.
Great play by Brandt. I'll tell you, Hersey's a different team too when they have Pollard up on the front line. Gives him a different presence up there, another big hitter, but that was another great play by the all-conference volleyball player, Steve Brandt.
As Chernick checks back in and Pollard takes a seat on the bench.
Sakowitz on the serve that time.
Gosenhans at the net. So Choi will be serving for the Titans of Glenbrook South. This second game is tied at 9. Oh, putting the hammer down with the kill is Mike Chernick. Nice feed from Rizalera.
Deep Perry has been their best offensive force today. Mike Chernick got to get more sets to him. He's really got the kill game going as he's just pounds that ball down. Great job by Chernick.
Point for the Huskies, 10-9 lead at game 2. Rizalera serving. Here's Jay, the senior. Keeping it alive.
Great play by Sakowitz. Oh, good block. Chernick. Gonna say the ball hit the ground on that one. Great block by Chernick and Pollard over there, or Chernick and Brandt rather, but Glenbrook South gets the point. Referee calling that ball hit the floor.
Kim serving.
There's that jump serve. Little top spin that time.
And a net violation. So we're tied at 10 here at game 2, and Kim will continue to serve.
Called Mike Chernick in the net that time, 10-10. Pressure mounting here in game 2.
Deep, nice save there by Richardina. Off the service.
Oh,
what a point for the Huskies. They're fired up. Looks like Richardina, the whole crew.
Looked like Drew Adams had a point there on the spike. Watching the replay, I think it's Chernick who digs it out of the net. There it is. Brandt getting his hand on the ball and keeping it alive.
But
never say die.
They say in the net, a violation, the point to the Titans. But what an effort.
Thought the original call was going Hersey's way.
Yeah, they reversed it. Zimmerman gets it over. Brizzolera with the set. And Brandt coming up big with the kill. What a battle of Huskies. A nice job regrouping here in game 2.
Yeah, they really have. And you can see the tension on the faces of the fans right there. Steve Brandt trying to pick up a couple of points on his service.
The play at the net was Drew Adams. And a disappointing turn of events there for the Huskies. One of those unforced errors. Credit Adams with good play in the blocking position. Middle blocker.
Chernick was looking around, waiting for a teammate to come help, and no help was there. Nice spike by Michael Chernick.
Chernick playing inspired volleyball here in game 2.
Now they're going to sub Kevin Powlett in the game.
Take a look at it again.
Good back set. The back set very much a part of the weapon. You mentioned the faking earlier.
Yep.
All part of the deceiving of the defense, part of the strategy of the game. There's the short set. Tell you, Perry, the level of play in boys volleyball, when did they start? 12 years ago.
Right.
And before that, the guys played volleyball only recreationally, and you watch the play back in 1992 compared to what it is now. The level of play in boys volleyball has just gone up so much, both the physical aspect and the mental aspect. And that's a credit to the kids who play and the club volleyball, and certainly to the coaches who've been working so hard, and the dedication, of course, of the players.
Good look at Jim Kurtzadina, and he got the kill that time.
He'll be the leader of the team next year. Kurtzadina, only a junior. Another great dig by Rumley.
Oh, Johnson, so smart at the net.
You can reach over the net as long as you don't make contact with the net. That's what Johnson did there that time. Showing the soft touch, the 6'5" senior continues to excel.
They're leading at 11-10 now here in game 2.
Good serve by Michael Zimmerman.
Battle at the net, Powlett.
Great set by Brizzolera.
Kurtzadina coming up big here.
Brizzolera, the senior, with a beautiful set. Kurtzadina, the junior. We mentioned how the Hersey team started to turn it around when they installed Jim Kurtzadina, the junior, into the starting lineup. Went on that big win streak.
The game is tied at 11. As Powlett, what a special emotion he brings it off the bench for the Huskies.
Yeah, we saw that on the basketball floor. He does it on the volleyball court too, no question. There's the nice serve by Kurtzadina.
Back over to Glenbrook South.
That's a tough call. You have about a quarter of a second to make up your mind. The Hersey player there deciding was going to go out. Ball caught the line off the spike of Sam Kim. They've actually defended Sam Kim pretty well.
They have.
Again, Glenbrook South's got so many weapons, but it's not like Kim has been dominating. Hersey's defense very, very solid.
Kurtzadina again.
Kurtzadina with the kill, but credit the point to Paul Rumley, number 6, the senior. Great dig off of a powerhouse kill by Glenbrook South. Rumley keeping the ball alive, and then Kurtzadina making it side out.
John Lay checks out back to the bench.
He's been a key member coming off the bench for the Husky. Or for the...
Oh boy, that is a hammer. As Kim just put it down for the kill.
Getting near 1,400 on the kills. I know he had 1,390, I think, to set the state record. It's going to be a tough one to beat.
And here he is. Oh, what an effort, but what a point for the Huskies.
David Choi make one great save, tried to make a second one, went belly first, chest first, sliding across the floor, not able to make the second one. And this has been, Perry, a tremendous second game. Watch the effort by David Choi, but this has been a thrill for the fans here in game 2.
Back and forth they go. We're stuck on 11. What entertaining volleyball you'd expect in a state championship game.
Lane Tech transfer Drew Adams. Again, what a pleasant surprise for Glenbrook South when he showed up in the hallways this year. Went to Lane Tech as freshman, sophomore, junior year.
Led them to the city title of Chicago. And there he is, speaking of that young man, Drew Adams. 12-11. The Titans back in front.
Rizalera trying to dig it out, but not able to because of the power of the Adams serve. Again, Adams, along with Kim, playing on that adversity club team.
Little carry there on the return, so the Huskies get it back.
Club volleyball, Perry, such a big thing. You've got the premier team, which a lot of the St. Rita kids played on, Sports Performance, which some of the Naperville North, Wheaton, Warrenville South kids played on, but just like in all the other sports, that's really where the level of game has elevated so much, and that's why it's so surprising and so amazing, and a credit to these Hersey players that they're really not a lot of club experience, and they've gotten to this level here in the state championship.
12-11 score. They'll score in game 2.
Got to D it up here, down 12-11. Can't give any more points if you're Hersey.
At the net. Glenbrook South is 2 points away from the state championship.
Last year's state championship, Marist beating Lake Forest. The Titans were back here in 1999. Took second place. You got a good look in the replay of the kill. Nancy Lill, not kill, but Lill, calling a timeout for Hersey.
So Glenbrook South took game 1 15-5, leading game 2 now 13-11. They fell behind 4-9 in game 2, but they had that nice run as Patty Iverson called the timeout. Had some good service from Brian Johnson. Tied it at 9, and they've been going back and forth since.
The top coaches the state of volleyball has ever seen. There you see last year South almost got downstate. The sectional finals, Patty Iverson, their outstanding coach, led them to second place in the state. And again, it's got to be tough doing both the girls and the boys. She dropped the girls a couple of years back. Filled in coaching at Maine South last year because her friend, the head coach there, got sick for a while and did that. But now specializing in the boys volleyball. And Patty Iverson now a couple points away from getting her first state championship.
You got a good look at the award-winning Hoffman Estates pep band.
Nice job entertaining the fans out here.
Yes. Zimmerman with the dig. Brandt back over. It's 14-11. Game 2 for Glenbrook South. This is championship point coming up for the Titans of Glenbrook South. And listen to the crowd.
The Titan fans, the Titan bench are up. And I'll tell you what, the Glenbrook South bench has been phenomenal.
Grizzolera. Not so fast, say the Huskies of Hersey as Turner comes up with the kill.
He's been the main kill guy, the main hitter so far for Hersey, but I mentioned that Glenbrook South bench, Perry. A lot of the fans, get a look at the replay here, a lot of the coaches wanted to compliment. Glenbrook South has had a set 6 pretty much all season long, but the bench has filled their roles and supported the team and coaches so well. They truly are a big, big part of Glenbrook South's success. The kids not on the floor right now.
He hit the game match-winning kill in the semifinals against Naperville North, and it will be Drew Adams serving for the state title.
Quite simply a weapon that no other team in the state has. Sam Adams able to get up and kill the ball from the back row.
They get it back over the net. Choi. Oh, what a block in the net by Pollitt!
Refusal to give up. Kevin Pollitt, the 6'5" junior right back edge of the Hersey Huskies, showing the defensive mettle that have got him this far here in the state tournament, refusing to fold.
And they refuse to dive. Grizzolera doing the job of the net. 12-14 in the serve.
For a setter, usually the setter's pretty small guy. Jake Grizzolera at 6'3", he can do that. Patty Iverson going to call timeout. Perry, the Comcast television fans getting treated to Illinois high school boys volleyball at its absolute finest. A tremendous game. We'll have our Comcast player of the game post-game. You see the Hersey team hustling up. Watch Jay Brizzolera on the replay, on the block back. Should mention the Hersey team, Perry, playing a lot, dedicating this state tournament run to Robert Hansen, the assistant principal at Hersey High School, age 53, tragically passed away right in the middle of their season. Robert Hansen, one of their student activities director, assistant principal, very, very much a big part of the spirit and enthusiasm of Hersey High School. Just a tragic moment. It really was a sad moment for the school, and the team has dedicated their play to Robert Hansen, age 53.
Nicely done by David Choi that time. Another one of those over-the-head dinks, but what an emotional moment for the Huskies. But here it is.
The whole school, not just the volleyball team.
Right.
Third time now.
Third time, Zimmerman, Mike Zimmerman, the senior.
There it is!
There it is, Glenbrook South, state champions, boys volleyball, 2003.
Brian Johnson, the coaches and company celebrating. And you can't pick a team more deserving, Perry Williams, of winning that state championship. A classy, workmanlike, very proud bunch of guys. There you see Drew Adams, the spotlight on him. The Hersey Huskies dejected, but you know they're going to feel great about the tournament run they had. And there you see the players heading over to celebrate with their fans.
Here is the replay of championship point. The block by Johnson. The state title to Glenbrook South, 15-5, 15-12. They win it 2003 over the Hersey Huskies here on the Comcast Network. Welcome back, everybody, to Hoffman Estates. I'm Perry Williams, along with the coach John Cohn. The Illinois State Boys Volleyball Championship match. The title for 2003 goes to Glenbrook South. The Titans beating a game group of Hersey Huskies in the title game, 15-5, 15-12. The lights have been dimmed for the trophy and awards presentation here at Hoffman Estates.
A lot of people wondered, Perry, if they have enough left after that emotional, pressure-packed semifinal matchup against Naperville North. And the Titan volleyball team answered that in a big way tonight. They were on their game against an extremely good Hersey Huskies team, who, of course, were the underdogs.
And really credit them, too. They were a little sluggish early in game two. A effective timeout. They clawed their way back into the game two, then took it for the championship, 15-12.
And just for the Hersey team to make it to the state championship,
outstanding.
Just an amazing, amazing run. Struggling early in the season. I don't think anybody in their wildest dreams would have thought they were going to put together a 29 out of 30 game streak and make it all the way to Hoffman Estates here in the IHSA state championship game. A thrill for them, obviously disappointed in defeat.
The Huskies are looking on.
I would direct your attention to the award stand for the presentation of the second and the first place team award.
That's the awards, the hardware, the medals, all given out here for first and second place. Once again, Naperville North taking the third place hardware, and Lyons Township out of LaGrange, the fourth place finisher here in 2003.
Good time, Perry, to congratulate some of our other teams. The Lake Forest boys tennis team won the boys state championship. Certainly congratulations to them. Joey McWilliams from West Aurora took first. Ryan Heller from Glenbrook North, state champ last year, took second. The Stevenson High School gymnastics team won the gymnastics state championship. Certainly want to congratulate them. Evanston girls track team upset Morgan Park to win the state championship. Thornwood and the boys. And how about Carissa Neiman in badminton? Hinsdale Central finished her career very similar to your career.
Yes.
75-0 and won the singles championship, never lost a match. Carissa Neiman from Hinsdale Central. Softball and baseball, we can't pick out the state champions yet. There's still action going on. That'll be next weekend, but certainly congratulations to all those teams that have advanced.
Nice coaching staff There's the head coach, Nancy Lowe. What an outstanding job she has done with the Hersey Husky program.
Again, coaches both the girls and the guys program. They've been to the quarterfinals 3 times before, but this the farthest that Nancy Lowe and the Huskies have gone.
Including her her outstanding assistants, which include Jody Olson and Kent Borgoff.
Dream of a lot of players and coaches to bow your head and have that red, white, and blue ribbon put over you and wear the medal as if not a state champion, but getting the medal for making it downstate. So many teams want to be in that position, so few can get there.
Saw Derek Nelson. Here's John Lay.
He was a key part of the Hersey team coming off the bench and playing some key moments. And what an athletic career for Jay Brizolara. Kind of a cool, calm, he has, we mentioned in basketball, a unique style of playing, but it's obviously very effective, and we'll see him.
Dan Aguilar.
Dan Aguilar, a starter much of the season for the Hersey Huskies, big key for them.
What an emotional, outstanding player and young man he is, Paul Rumley.
Yeah,
nice job.
Enjoyed watching him play, no question about it.
Keith Kofod, the junior, so he'll be back next year. And then he's followed there by Zakowicz, Mark.
See Kofod on the basketball court. He's going to be one of the key members of a very talented Hersey basketball team next year.
Kurt Jodina will be back too. He is but a junior. Josh Platek, another junior. So they have a lot in their arsenal coming up in 2004.
And that's the nice thing about making a run like this that helps your lower levels so much. Now you got 8th graders coming in and they want to play volleyball in your program. Some of the freshmen and sophomores who were thinking maybe should I try out or not, your varsity has success like that. It has carryover effect, and I'm sure it will for the Hersey team.
You saw Chernick there. Here's Steve Brandt, co-captain along with Brizolara.
2 guys that had sensational athletic careers, Perry. You know, in this day and age to play 3 sports with the commitment level, volleyball, a football, and a basketball, for those guys to be able to play all 3 sports through their athletic career, simply amazing.
Kevin Pollitt, and here's Peter Corum, another junior. So Pollitt and Corum also back next year. And other members of the crew, all helping out for a very successful season for the Hersey Huskies.
I can tell you what, I'm not sure that the gentleman's the team manager, but if he is, the best friend of any coach, the team manager does so much to help the ball club out.
And there you see the trophy presentation. Second place, State of Illinois, 2003 boys volleyball to the Hersey Huskies.
Hey, that's going to look awfully nice next to their football state championship trophy from 1985. Basketball team, I remember did it downstate with head coach Don Rowley leading those troops, and there's the second place volleyball state championship trophy. An absolute thrill for those young men right there. If we had a first place trophy to give out for statisticians or a gold medal to give out, there's no question we would be draping the red, white, and blue ribbon over a Mark Kruger. He did an outstanding job today.
Oh, no question about it.
A lot of fans hawking him. He was being bothered from all sides, a lot of distractions.
Signing autographs.
Kept his concentration. Really an amazing performance.
So nice round of applause for the Hersey Huskies. Great fan support. And now the championship presentation for the Glenbrook South Titans.
They just had a big relay for life at Glenbrook South last night, Perry. I was part of it. I was walking the track at 4 o'clock yesterday. A lot of the Glenbrook South fans were out there raising money for the American Cancer Society, pitching out the tent, sleeping all night, walking through the night. A different member from the team had to do that. Again, the high school kids getting involved, raising money for a wonderful cause.
Mentioned among the coaches who are being introduced and honored here for Glenbrook South. First, the head coach, Patty Iverson, we'll see in a minute. And here she is, Patty Iverson. Started coaching Glenbrook South in '92.
It's an emotional moment for Patty, coaching volleyball many years, and finally, all that hard work pays off with the state championship.
Among her assistants, Tim Monahan, Bob Hopkins, Tejel Vaughn, and Robbie Mueller.
And I think this is Tim right here. He clearly was the emotional leader of this team. You got to have coaches work together. Patty Iverson, kind of cool, calm, and very steely-eyed, but the assistant coach you just saw, I believe, Timmy Monahan, who played at Oak Park, the emotional guy who really connected with those players and was high-fiving them. good combination of coaching. Boy, what a way to finish your career. Playing a state championship game on Saturday night, get some sleep, we hope, and then go graduate tomorrow.
We saw
there
David Choi. What a fun player he is to watch.
All-time assist leader, ladies and gentlemen, in the state of Illinois. Nobody has ever done it better. And you're right, he did it almost in an unassuming way.
Here's David Shue. He is a sophomore.
Those are not boos you're hearing. Those are shoes from the Glenbrook South fan. You're going to hear a lot of that the next couple of years.
Mike Zimmerman, he was a starter.
Every championship team needs to have quality complementary players. Mike Zimmerman filled that role to the max.
As well as Brian Painter, who got in the action, junior.
They made a late run at the end of the season. Brian Painter, defensive specialist, first key guy off the bench.
Drew Adams, so big here in the championship, especially that game one.
And
here's Sam Kim, listen to the crowd. His father stopped by momentarily. What a proud father he was.
Mr. Kim videotaping the entire thing, and that videotape will live for ages in the Kim family. And I'll tell you, Pepperdine University has got an absolute winner in Sam Kim.
Phil Moon, the senior.
Talked about guys that didn't get to play as much, Perry. Glenbrook South had a set 6 all year. Phil Moon and
Brian Lee,
some of these guys were a big part of it. Easy to sulk on the bench and be mad about not playing. These guys didn't do that. They supported the starters, made them work hard in practice, cheered them on in the games, and Patty Iverson and the coaching staff sure to compliment that group.
That was Ryan Lee, and here's Brian Johnson, and what a game he had. At the net, and then service points in game 2, and then Tony Josenham.
He'll be the leader coming back next year. A junior fit the role, was their middle blocker. Starter for him. He'll be a key guy coming back next year.
Mike Johnson, also a junior.
Well, we mentioned it before, though. If you're Brian Johnson, the 6'5 senior, what a time. What a time to pick to play one of your best games ever. Had 5 blocks in the first game, I think 4 in the second.
Brant Wegley, a senior.
Yeah, he played a lot last year, Brant Wegley.
Tony Lim, who is, I believe, a freshman.
And Brant Wegley's a classic example. Drew Adams.
Freshman.
So he and Shue are going to be 2 big key factors. But Brant Wegley started last year, had to take a back seat because of the transfer of Drew Adams. Tough break for him, but he's still able to support the team.
That was Derek Fugate.
Played on the basketball team, was one of their starting guards.
And this is the championship trophy for 2003 boys volleyball. It goes to Glenbrook South.
You talk about a well-deserving bunch, Perry Williams, a team that had incredible chemistry. And how hard is it when you are the favored team and you're expected to win and you, in fact, get it done? And now, one of the great moments for these kids, they bring the trophy over to the fans and celebrate with that great Glenbrook South cheering section. Not only a talented bunch, but a quality bunch. Every coach you talk to, they mention that first. A group of great characters. They had great team chemistry. So important to put together a winning team, and that's exactly what Glenbrook South had.
The teams will retire to various locations for photo opportunities as we will be back here at Hoffman Estates. The championship of boys volleyball belongs to Glenbrook North, Glenbrook South. Welcome back to Hoffman Estates High School, site of the 2003 Boys Volleyball Championship, and the championship this year goes to Glenbrook South. I'm Perry Williams, along with the coach John Cohn, and joining us here courtside, our Comcast Player of the Game, Sam Kim of Glenbrook South. Congratulations, first of all, Sam.
Thank you very much.
Now, you guys are ranked #1 or around #1 all year long. What about the pressure of being highly ranked? Everyone's gunning for you. How do you maintain that focus of being at the top?
Well, from the beginning of the year, first we even wanted to be ranked #1 because we knew first there'd be pressure and that everyone would be gunning for us. But we just try to play our hardest and not let it go to our heads. And our coach said it's the journey that's most important, not the state championship. And we obviously followed it, and we got it with the state championship with being humble. So it worked out great.
And how great is it to hold that state championship trophy right now? I'm telling you, I don't know if you can tell on
TV right now, but Sam's got a death grip on that thing. You have 6 football players couldn't rip that trophy away from him right now. Sam, one of the things we were so impressed with the Glenbrook South team is the team chemistry. It seemed like the 6 guys on the court and the kids on the bench, you guys all meshed together so well. Talk about how you guys got together on the court and off the court and the team chemistry.
Well, a bunch of us played freshman A volleyball together, and ever since last year we had this kind of like team chemistry, and it just built up this year even more. And I mean, whenever I get down, or if I make an error, Brian Johnson, whoever else is always like right next to me saying, hey, keep your head up, you know, stuff like that. And I do the same for them. So it's just amazing. We're all good friends off the court too, and it's just really good team chemistry that we have.
You had a real emotional semifinal win earlier today. How difficult was it to bounce back and get excited and get the energy for the state championship game? You didn't have much time between matches.
Well, first I want to I want to thank my mom and my parents for giving me lots of speeches. They told me to always believe in God. Like, you know, if you put your faith in Him, like, you can do anything you want. And playing Naperville North was a huge, huge task, and it was just really hard. All of us got real tired, but we went to a hotel nearby, and we stayed there for about an hour or two. We showered up, ate some food, came back, got some rest, and here we are, state champions, 2003. So
now I got to get ready for graduation tomorrow.
Oh yeah, definitely. Tomorrow's the best weekend of my life right now.
Okay, congratulations and good luck. You're going to Pepperdine, and so good luck in the future. Outstanding performance here today, you and your teammates.
Thank you very much.
Okay, we'll let you go. I know your teammates want to get that trophy away from you. Sam Kim, ladies and gentlemen, and congratulations once again. So what an outstanding young man he is, and what a great championship game he had.
Yeah, to throw for us just to cover the state championship game here. People at Hoffman Estates doing a wonderful job putting it together, and just a great match between 2 wonderful teams.
So that about wraps it up here. Coach, you ready for football?
Not yet. I need a couple weeks off. I'm going to go through some conditioning drills, then we'll be ready to go.
Okay, so for the coach, John Cohen, for our statman extraordinaire, Mark Kruger, our producer-director, Andy Ziolkowski, and our entire Comcast production team, this is Perry Williams saying thanks so much for watching, and so long, everybody.